ladies and gentlemen, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcoming you to this week's episode of the WWE Raw Recap Show. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Of course, this was a taped Raw. I guess they're doing a live tape type deal until they uh, get put on Netflix, which is January 6th. Hopefully they take care of some of those lagging issues. I don't know if any of you watched that great fight between those two women before the. Sorry, I apologize, forgot their names, but great fight between the two women before the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fiasco. Uh, anyway, those two women freaking beat the heck out of each other. But if you did watch it, you kind of know what I'm talking about. A lot of buffering issues and stuff like that. So hopefully they can get that taken care of before Raw debuts on January 6th. Anyway, forget about January 6th. This is Raw from November 18th of 2024. A lot to get to today. Had a little bit of a return. Some matches definitely set up for Survivor Series. We already know Bloodline versus Bloodline uh, on War Games. We had another War Games set up this evening. So uh, before I get right to it, let's do the usual thing. Hey, if you like it, click that thumbs up button. Lets me know that you like it. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's Raw, or just be friendly and say hello. And if you're not a subscriber yet, it is totally free. All you gotta do is click on that subscribe button. That'll be greatly appreciated, and hit the notification bell so you know when all my content does get released. Well, without further ado, let's let her rip. And first thing we talk about is Liv Morgan. Yes, Liv Morgan and her little crew, or actually Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez comes out. Of course, Liv Morgan said, "Hey, welcome to Monday Night Morgan." So I guess she's trying to get a little bit of that, Seth Rollins heat there. So she said, "Hey, she knew Bianca and Jay were in the building, wanted to pick a fight. However, she knew that Bianca and Jay didn't come alone. Neither does she. Here comes Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. Nia pretty much says she didn't think much of Raquel Rodriguez or Liv Morgan, but she does think a lot about Jay Cargill and um, Bianca Belair and all that crew. But before she got it all spit out, cue the music. Out comes uh, Bianca Belair, Jay Cargill, and Naomi. And of course, they had a friend with them, and Io Sky. She comes out with them. Also, Liv pointed out that hey, there's only four of you and five of us. The math ain't mathing. So cue the music. Out came Rhea Ripley. She shouts out War Games. Before headbutting Liv Morgan, they all brawled with, of course, uh, the team of Rhea Ripley, Jay Cargill, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Naomi, pretty much standing tall. And yes, this will be the ladies' War Games match. The names I just mentioned, plus against Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, Raquel Rodriguez. Sorry, I drew a blank. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. So the WWE Women's Champion and the WWE World Women's Champion are going to be on the same team. So it could be interesting. And the Money in the Bank winner is also in that match. So things could be interesting there. Now it's time for the first match of the night. It is Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega, members of the LWO, take on members of the American Made, Chad Gable and Ivy Niles. It starts out Ivy and Zelina going outside. Gable attacks Mysterio, but he comes back. They do a little bit of back and forth. The ladies get tagged in. Vega gets a little bit of shine before Ivy takes over. Rey Mysterio gets back in, and he's pretty much doing his thing, gets all his stuff in. He catapults Zelina on Chad Gable, letting her do the Hurricanrana on Chad Gable, lucky guy. Then pretty much the match ended with Rey Mysterio hitting the 619 and the tadpole splash for the win. Chad Gable, when the Creed brothers were trying to console him a little bit, and uh, he kind of pushed him away and smacked one of them and said, "Look, I'm not a loser," and uh, pretty much kind of fired up, and then all was forgiven, and they actually stood in the ring and raised their hands as if they were the victors. But I guess this is that tough love, tough training that Chad Gable gives his American-made stablemates or students. After that, we get a little backstage segment. Gunther tells Ludwig Kaiser that he doesn't need to speak for Gunther. He can speak for himself, but tells Kaiser to be his own man. Go out and make your own opportunities. Also, if ask Kaiser if he still sees the ring general in Gunther's eyes. And of course, Kaiser says yes. Uh, Gunther will wind up attacking Damian Priest, who was just sitting at a table minding his own business. But as Gunther was about to hit Damian Priest with the pipes, Priest kicks Gunther in the webos. Of course, he leans over and tells Gunther, "Hey, you might be a general in the ring, but in the streets, he is the king." Adam Pierce comes by and Damian tells Pierce that, "Hey, uh, we were just talking. Your champion probably needs some ice," and it looks like he definitely does. All right, next mention of that is for the Intercontinental Championship. It is Sheamus challenging Braun Breaker for that championship. It's a hard-hitting back and forth match. Uh, Braun takes over after hitting a clothesline dive onto the tables. Sheamus gets fired back up, comes back, hits the white noise from the second rope for a 2 count. Sheamus countered a spear with a knee strike for another 2 count. Braun Breaker will actually counter the brogue kick with a spear, but Sheamus winds up rolling out of the ring, and it looked like Braun Breaker was kicking in another gear. About to hit what they call the super spear. Basically, he's going to run around at that 23-mile-per-hour speed and nail that spear. But he was cut off by Ludwig Kaiser. Clotheslines Braun Breaker, gives him a DDT. And he runs around, gives Sheamus that front drop kick against the steps on the outside. Uh, then after that, he stands tall. Well, everybody telling me sucks, but that's, in my opinion, that's heat right there. But all in all, I hate the finish, but very good match this was. They they uh they didn't mind laying the blows in or anything like that. Two legit tough guys right there. All right. After that, we get another little backstage segment. This time again, the Usos with Sami Zayn trying to recruit Seth Rollins. Rollins says, "Look, I will stand beside you." To Sami Zayn, he said he would even stand beside both the Uso brothers, but he absolutely will not do it with Roman Reigns. He will not stand side by side with Roman Reigns to fight anybody. So, so they're still looking for that fifth member. Who knows who that might be? Let's see. Let's keep this thing rolling. Let me scratch my nose in front of everybody. All right. Next match here, we got tag team action. Got Judgment Day members Dominic Mysterio and Carlito going against our number one contenders for the World Tag Team Championship, the War Raiders. Raiders pretty much overpowered the Judgment Day until they trapped Alvar in a corner. He got out, tagged in Eric. Eric, had his way with him until again Dominic with some cheap shot gives the Judgment Day the advantage again. Ivar this time gets tagged in. Uh, Teabags Dominic Mysterio for a 2 count. They hit the War Machine on Carlito for the win. After that, as they were celebrating, JD McDonough and Finn Balor come out to attack the War Raiders, with the Judgment Day standing tall and laying both War Raiders out. During the match, of course, Ivar was trying to get the crowd to chant "War, War, War," and I just wasn't having it today. It might have been because they might have been tired, or I just really don't. I kind of me not the biggest fans of the War Raiders. All right, now it's time for your main event. It is Bronson Reed going against Seth Rollins. Before the match even got started, Jacob Fatu, Tongaloa, and Tamatonga started around the ring, having Bronson Reed's back. Of course, Bronson Reed, as we found out on SmackDown, is the fifth member of the Bloodline, or the Solo Sikoa version of the Bloodline. But their little numbers game did not last long, as the Usos and Sami Zayn came out and crawled and chased them off. Seth had things going his way until Bronson countered a sunset flip by sitting on poor Seth Rollins. There was a number of comebacks that were cut off by Bronson Reed using his power moves. Seth would make a full comeback, hitting the lion salt for 1 count, then a springboard senton for another 1 count. Bronson Reed countered a stomp with a clothesline and a brainbuster for a 2 count. Seth will actually hit the stomp, but decides to go to the top rope. This is where he gets distracted by Solo Sikoa, who's just standing there outside. Bronson grabs him, Death Valley Driver, 2 sentons, and a tsunami splash for the 3 count. Your winner of that one, of course, is Bronson Reed, and Solo Sikoa was out there to congratulate him. So now we got a reason, if anything else, for Seth Rollins to be that fifth member. So, like I said, things could be interesting there. Not a bad Raw. I like this 2-hour, just go. I mean, it did not feel it was lagging at all. They only had 4 matches, a couple about 3 backstage segments. I forgot to mention the whole vignette with The Miz and another creepy video from Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, with that fuse getting cooking as this thing's going. But like I said, not everything kind of told the story and prolonged angles like a wrestling show should. Wasn't this a bunch of matches thrown out there and we're having 20 matches on? Well, of course not, but there's a bunch of matches on there. Then come on, your TV time, other company. But yeah, like I said, pretty good Raw. Everything, like I said, matches had purpose. Uh, Everything that was done had purpose, and that's the way you kind of want your wrestling show to be. Hey, that does it for me this week. Hope you have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw Recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the day when wrestling was wrestling, featuring watch-alongs. That's Wrestling Gold Friday night on Friday starting at 8 p.m.